Hey, thanks for checking in with us, connecting just for a couple minutes today. We are talking about the book of James. We're in this series called Putting Our Faith to Work. And today we want to talk about an issue I think all of us deal with probably on a daily basis, at least a weekly basis. It's the issue of conflict. The reality is if you have a relationship, you're going to have conflict. If you're married, you probably had a few fights along the way. If you have friendships, you probably had conflict. In your work relationships, there's probably been some disagreements, some conflict. The reality is, as we process life and relationships, there is conflict that we have to navigate. And what James would tell us is that our faith life should impact how we engage in conflict. That the presence of Jesus in our lives should help us engage in conflict in such a way that it's healthy, not unhealthy, that's building, not destructive. In James chapter 4, verse 1, James says that what causes fights and quarrels among us is the desires that battle within us. In other words, we don't get what we want. We didn't get our way. Something didn't happen the way we thought it would happen. All of that plays into this issue of conflict. Again, James says as we put our faith to work, it should be evident in how we navigate conflict and how we engage in conversation. And he gives us some insight. The first thing James would say is, you need to look inside yourself. Start there. Matter of fact, Jesus said, don't look at the speck in your brother's eye when you have a two before in your own. In other words, as you engage in conflict, first look and say, what part may I be playing in this where I could be wrong? And then James goes on to say that we should submit to God, to God's word and God's way. So as we're engaging in conflict, we want God's word to guide us as how we're engaging in conversation. And then James goes on to say, resist the devil. Listen, this is what the devil wants to do. He wants to wreck relationships. He wants to wreck marriages, wreck friendships, using conflict to bring division. So James would say, hey, resist the devil. Don't allow his influence in the conflict. And then James goes on to say that we want to operate out of humility. Humility is this: I'm considering the interests of others better than myself. I'm serving others, not just myself. And this is what I know: as you engage in conflict, really concerned about the best and the interest of others, listen, it changes the outcome of the conflict. It changes how you engage in the conflict. Listen, this is what I know. It was true in James' day in the early church. It's true for us today. Where we have relationship, we're going to have to navigate conflict. And again, the presence of Jesus in our lives should positively impact how we engage in conflict. So may we be those who are known not for how we fight, but for how we love. And may it be revealed as we allow our faith to impact how we engage in conflict. God bless you.